Hello and welcome to another Bodgit and Leggit video. Yes, I have maxed out 2 credit cards and the scary thing is it's still not all here yet. Yeah, not good. People always comment on my sound and stuff like that, and yes, I know it sounds really bad sometimes when a vehicle passes, but there's nothing I can do about it. It's just the way the shed is built, the way the road is, and this costs a fortune. Sound is just ridiculous and I basically can't afford it. People think I'm loaded, but I can assure you I'm not. So what I did is to try and please everybody, and not only that, to also make my videos better. Because believe me, when you make a comment about my sound, I know it's there too. So what I've tried to do is, with this setup, get my sound as best as humanly possible. This setup I have got here now is like so professional, it's not even funny. I've got to now learn how to use it all and do it. It's a lot more editing. But anyway, so let's get to the bits we've brought. This has nothing to do with sound, but it's a new tripod. It's a Manfrotto. Once you check out the price of these bad boys, you'll just realize that just redonkulous. It's got the fluid head, absolutely fantastic. Not going to go into too much detail, but believe me, the people who know, they know what this bad boy can do. Then we got another Manfrotto tripod. The head is not here yet. I've got a special head, and the head alone is hundreds. But anyway, look, it is what it is. What's the model number of this one? There we go, boom. And then I have a sound boom pole which extends and does all that. So we also have that. Plus I have another tripod that hasn't actually arrived yet. Right, I haven't put everything out on the table because there's just so many little bits and bobs, little connections that you're just not going to be interested in, and that, you know, it's little things that cost a fortune. So I've just put a few of them out here because I've got new sound equipment. I've had to get new cables, new connections, and all that sort of stuff, and try and figure out my best cable setup with different connections, different adapters, and all that sort of stuff. So we have cables here. We have special just take it out, clamps so I can put other stuff to it. These are more clamps here so I can bolt stuff to stuff and all sorts of stuff. So we've also got loads of different connections in here, and this is what I was talking about, to have all the different connections I possibly can, you know, to mini jack, to the full jack, to just every kind of conceivable connection, reducers, just, yeah, all sorts, 90-degree ones, and yeah, just all sorts of connections. And that's the thing, once you buy something like this Zoom H6, for example, which can record actually 6 people, up to 6 people, and that's how I'm going to do my recording on Zooms from now on. So it's recording my audio completely and utterly separately to everything else, and that gives me a lot more control over the sound, frequencies, and everything. But then you need all different connections because, you know, my cameras don't have these SLR connections and all that sort of stuff, and then you go to mini jack and to jack and all that sort of stuff. So it's the connections that basically cost a fortune. So again, I'm not going to go too much into it, but we have a Zoom H6 that I'm going to use for my main camera, and also if I've got other people beside me, like I said, we can actually record up to 6 people at once on this, on the same video, which is really handy. Then for our microphone, we went for a Rogue NT-G4 Plus. This has a built-in battery, so this is a shotgun microphone, which also goes in the blimp, but I'll explain that later. So this also has sound deadeners and stuff on, so it should completely, well, not completely, but it should kill a lot of the background noise when I'm actually filming. And I'll just get it out here to show you what it looks like. So this is it. It's got, like I said, all sound deadeners and stuff like that, so it should be really good. And I can put it on my boom pole, and I can put it in my dead cat blimp, and I can have it kind of sitting over the car, so I don't need microphones and all that sort of stuff. That's the idea of it anyway. So this is the blimp. This is what you'll actually see when they're recording TV programs and films and all sorts. You'll often see a big kind of silvery thing like this, kind of on. You won't always see it, but you'll see it on behind the scenes, and it's between people. And this is what picks it up. This is what the microphone goes into. But as you can see, it's got all sound deadening, so it stops the wind. If I'm recording outside or anything like this, you will not hear the wind. You'll see my hair blowing all over the place, because I've got lovely golden locks, but you will not see, or you will not hear the wind. So that's why I've also got that, and it also should help for the sound deadening inside the shed. So the next thing I wanted, I had an idea a long time ago to kind of do like vlog videos, and I needed a smaller camera to do that, because using my big camera all the time, it's just too kind of big and bulky. So what I decided to do, I got this Sony RX100. Now, it looks small, but believe me, people, this camera is phenomenal. It's a 4K camera, and what this bad boy can actually do, it's just unreal. It really is. Once you see the reviews of it, it is just unbelievable. They are very expensive for the size of them, but believe me, they are fantastic. So I'm going to be kind of doing daily vlogs on this, in the car and stuff like that, but you can't just have the camera. The downside to the camera is there's no real good microphone on it. So what I had to do then is I had to get a small rig. This is called a small rig, so it bolts onto the camera. So basically, it goes over the camera like that. That will then allow me to actually bolt stuff along the side of it, so I can suction cup it to the car and stuff. But then you need a suction cup. So what did I go for? I went for another manfrotto suction cup with the accessory kit. Now again, if you know anything about, anything to do with tripods or suction cups, Manfrotto is kind of the name to go for. They are really, really good. This is fully adjustable in every single way. You can see it's on balls. It's completely and utterly adjustable. It suction cups to anything essentially, and I'm going to use it on the car. So this is going to be bolted to this, and then I can suck it on the car. I can do anything. But like I said, the downside to it is the microphone is crap on it. The biggest downside to this is nowhere to plug an external microphone into it. So what I did is I went for the Zoom F1. Now, this bad boy, again, is a completely separate recorder. It's nowhere near as big as the Zoom H6, which is handy. And it allows me to, with this mount, again, another mount, I can screw that mount to the small frame, and I can use that as a separate microphone. Now, the beauty of this is I can actually use the shotgun microphone that's on it, or I can plug an external microphone on it, which gives me a lot of options. And again, there's a lot of stuff inside here for sound deadening, and it's just fantastic. So then, what I also went for, and again, I know I'm going to get people laughing at me with this, but I went for another a face microphone. Now, I did have one ages ago, but it was a really cheap one, and it was basically crap. But what I found with this one is this is a Sennheiser, which again, yes, I know, but they are expensive, but you get what you pay for. The quality of this Sennheiser face mic is unreal. It means I can turn the sound right down so the background noise is essentially gone, and you just hear my voice. The downside to it is, yes, you do see a big thing on it, and I know I'm going to get a few people taking the piss, but that doesn't really bother me. The sound quality speaks for itself, and that's the important thing. So yes, I might look stupid, but the sound quality speaks for itself, which is just going to make for a lot better video. We also have a dead cat for the Zoom F1. What I quickly do is I'll take the two Zooms out of the cases just so you can see them. Right, actually, sorry, this mount is for the Zoom H6. So this is a Zoom H6. We need to peel that off. This allows me to record up to 6 people at once, but it also has its own microphones as well. So we can put this shotgun microphone on it, we can put the stereo microphone on it, we can do all sorts, but we can also plug directly into this from our camera or anything essentially, and record our sound separately to a memory card, but like I said, there's a lot of controls on this, so if I see the sound is clipping, I can actually turn these and actually live kind of edit my sound. Now it is going to be difficult with a sound person. It's a lot easier because they can see exactly what's going on, but it's just going to allow me, my sound quality should be a million times better. This is the F1. This is a lot smaller one, but again, this is what I'm going to be using with my Sony camera, which is just there. So this allows me to, again, same thing, but this is only a single recorder, but I can put the microphones onto it, or I can also plug like my head mic into it. I can do anything I want, but also it has limiting functions, so where you can limit the sound and do all sorts. It just allows me to have a lot more control over my sound. The downside to it is it's a lot more editing, but hopefully it should make the videos a lot better, and you know, for people to enjoy them a lot more, essentially. The downside to them is they are expensive, but the sound quality speaks for itself. So they're the two Zooms that I purchased. By the way, I did pay for all this. No one sent this to me. I am looking for a sponsor, please, because I've got no money. I got into so much trouble doing this. So if anyone's out there, big business, wants to sponsor me, just hit me up, yeah? Because my bank account doesn't like it. Anyway, so there we go. Let's get into a few more things I got. Now, this is the way I do it. As you can see, I have these Tupperware tubs where I keep all my separate stuff in them. I have them marked, you know, batteries, for example, Sony, and it just allows me in my camera bag, which I'll show you in a second, which is actually a Facom tool bag. It just allows me to get everything a lot easier. These are all the accessories I got for my Sony camera. Like this is really going to be handy because the camera is going to be far away from me. I can just press this button and stop recording and keep recording, you know, because obviously the camera's going to be bolted onto the car and I'm not going to be able to get to it. So just by pressing these buttons, it just makes my life a lot easier. This is my camera bag. You can see it's an absolute mess at the minute because I'm ripping stuff out for the video, but everything has its boxes that I put in, and it just makes my life a lot easier to find in, you know, if I need connections, if I need wires, if I need whatever I need, they're all in their own separate box. It just makes my life easier. So then I thought what I need is, if I'm filming, especially in the car, especially in the winter, it's going to get very dark and you might not be able to see me. So I got a special light. Now I do have one of these for my main camera, but it's a lot bigger. So I went for the smaller one, for obviously the smaller camera, and I don't want it blinding me obviously when I'm driving. This is fully adjustable as well. And this is it. It's got different filters, so it's just all it has to do is put enough light so you can see what's going on. And there we go. That will bolt onto the side of the small frame of the camera and allow me to have light on the job so you can see what's going on. But the problem is with all this, so once you get all these zooms and new cameras and everything, it's then about powering everything. To keep buying batteries for these is very, very expensive. So I went down the route of rechargeable batteries, which I do use anyway, and I kind of went overboard. It's their own boxes for each battery. So these are rechargeable batteries for the zooms, for my microphones, for cameras. So these are the camera batteries here. Then we've got the bigger Sony camera batteries. Then that again, bigger Sony camera batteries. Then we've got the batteries for the lights. Then we've got the batteries for the newer camera. We've got AAA, AA, all rechargeable batteries. Because, you know, some of these things can kind of eat batteries, and you need a battery charger to charge them all. So it's a knock-on effect for everything. But that's what I've done. So my sound quality now should change. I have recorded a lot of videos that the sound quality is still going to be the same, because I've got maybe 10 or 15 videos, maybe more, that I've recorded and are ready to go up. So it might be a while before you start seeing these, but believe me people, it's coming. So that's what I've done to try and make my channel better. I hope everyone does appreciate it, because these things, you know, this is the problem with YouTube. The bigger you get, even though I'm not big on YouTube whatsoever, But you know, if people want to enjoy your videos, you need to up your quality of your cameras, your sound. And it's just where I am. If I was recording in like a room in my house, I wouldn't need all this stuff. But because of where I'm recording, unfortunately I need it to try and get my sound quality a million times better. If anyone's got any other suggestions, and like I said, anyone knows how to use all these properly, hit me up, because I'm learning. This is a big learning curve for everybody. And with all this, you know, even the bit rates for the sound and everything, you know, I'm getting there, but it's a complete and utter learning curve for me. And that's it. So look, people, I hope it helps. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. You know, check out my Facebook, Patreon, Instagram, and all that. And yeah, that's it. Don't forget, links up here, links down there. But most importantly, don't forget, get your hands dirty. See you for the next one. Sorted.